Brutal that I cannot go to the father because there is a sign there. And it was a particular psychiatrist cops who had a problem with this Volkswagen stuff. With also other police officers that cried and complained without even having the right to operate this car. Claim me the car is no good because there is nowhere written on one page about, you see, stuff like you see here, but that you have to go and search the whole booklet for the particular sign and stuff like this. And this just costed me probably 15 minutes right now, and as a result of it I am not capable to go see father. So this is a brutal stuff, really brutal stuff the police keeps pushing down my throat. I will go down upstairs and I'm gonna learn about what that light right there is for. Psychiatrist Kopsh was the one who had this kind of issues, instructed me to go and take photos and I don't know what, create myself my own guide and stuff like this so that I would know whenever they would be fucking around with the lights and stuff like this. They are using a mechanic from the village, Sinichar, to do the stuff like this, to do bad stuff. Not a good stuff. This is the guy who played with the oil and other issues on the car. And well, there is nothing I can do. Today I cannot go to father because of this stuff. It's now too late. It goes 1 hour ahead, so I'm not going to father consequently because of this. I've never seen oil as black as this. This is like completely, I don't know. I have not seen anything like this yet. Supposedly, just recently, this oil was changed, and this is what it looks like. Basically, it is the standards of, you know, as the liquid it should be, the level of the oil, I mean. But I have not seen anything like this so black like this. This I have not seen yet. I was going to say maybe I am mistaken, but I'm not mistaken. I'm not mistaken. This is black, like pitch dark black. And I need to find out what is this shit, because I've never seen oil as black as this. Never seen anything like this. I don't know what kind of oil. Maybe I am mistaken about it, but not likely. This oil is super black. And I don't know about any oil they would be making black oil. So I think that maybe it's not so bad that I stopped by to do this check. Although I have to say the police officers suggested me the same thing I'm saying right now. Well, sure enough, we're gonna find out, but look at this. On a light, that's what it looks like. I mean, I've never seen anything like this, ever. This is like pitch dark, and it's fresh oil, actually. It was supposedly changed. 15/11/2023. Wow. Wow, man. Maybe Mama is not changing oil or something. But this is some other stuff, right? Filter olja, menjalnik olje, hladilna tekočina, filter goriva, Aral oil. This is the fucking cheapest Cheapest oil the money can buy, I think. I think that oil sucks. What the fuck is this? 2023? That's 1 year ago this was done? This stuff here? That's not good for the car. Supposedly the oil change was done just recently. So I really do not understand this stuff. I need to ask mother about this. Something doesn't, it just doesn't correspond with, that's quite insane actually. That stuff, that's not healthy, man. It's like suggesting me it's like more than a year ago when the oil was changed. This here would correspond with something like that. But if mother did this, she damaged the car deliberately. This is very, very bad news. Because they insisted me just lately they changed the oil and everything. They did the service on it. So this is definitely not a good news. I don't know. I have to see for some other sign, decipher the sign that displayed inside of the car. Have to go over and see what's going on. Mother does not allow for me to touch the car. Not allowed to touch the car. Not to allowed other than to steer the wheel, the steering wheel. That's all there is to it. And it was quite expensive recently. Mother paid over 200 euros for the service or whatever. Oh wow, that's insane. Let me see if I can get some light. There you go. I left the car outside today when I went to pick up mom earlier today. I left the car right here, right outside of the house. Turned, front was turned toward the exit of the property. But that's not the point. The point is that oh, I just noticed this when I went to pick up my mom. I noticed this sign, and I was all the time inside of the car and so on. So somebody did fucked with this thing today, I assume, although I don't have any proof. The car was parked outside, and I did go to sleep after I took mother to the father, and then within 2 hours I went to pick up mom. Yeah, but the car was parked outside. I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that police was playing with this. I already explained there were some 15 police officers, 5 police officers, psychiatrist. We have a mechanic here, Andrei Ul, is just one house away from here. We have people that know about cars, including this neighbor here right in front of me. Neighbors. He could be mechanic from the village for the mentioned reason that I stated. I have no clue what's going on. It's this stuff here, I think. No, supposedly there is a button inside of the driver is not on a driver's seat, but on a driver's side, inside of the storage box. Supposedly there is some kind of button that you would be using for adjustments of the tire pressure. I don't understand a fucking thing about this stuff here. First time I read that you would be adjusting the tire pressure with the button located inside of the is it go box or how you call that? I see. I don't even know how I would express myself about that stuff. That is strange. Let's talk about something ABS, etc., etc. Of course, because that's what tire pressure depends on. It depends on the tire pressure, of course. All that stuff. Yeah, it skids. It can skid out of the road. Yeah, yes, I understand all that. I don't fucking get any of this stuff here, though. Oh, this does not look good, man. This looks like like a wow thing, or maybe a wild thing. I have not seen one like that yet. Maybe I'm mistaken. Who the hell knows? I do remember. Oh no 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 no. Wow. It's a trouble with the system. Trouble with the system. Straight related to the police. I was going to say earlier, psychiatrist Peter Kapsch was using gloves when he would be using this box here. That's what makes it interesting, this whole thing. He used the gloves, literally, to browse this booklet here. One time he made a mistake and then they were cleaning and stuff like this, all kinds of stuff like that. The system, the trouble with the system, they played with this issue during MK Ultra, suggesting me that if you see this sign inside of the control panel, you will know a trouble with the system in respect to complaint. You should just give in because you're going to have a problem with the Slovenian system. Police played with this stuff here. Psychiatrist Kapsch was obsessed with ideas to use even the father's car to signal me. That's what he was sure that he would be doing, this stuff. A terror, a psychiatric terror. There will be a problem with your complaint. This was motnja sistema, means a problem with a system problem. So this is entirely psychiatrist Kapsch, Novo Mesto police. The one they were using and they are using to do this stuff is a local mechanic here inside of the village. His name is Sinichar. Amazing. When I look at this stuff here, he was the one who suggested the car is not going to run too fast because they were with the police. He was inside of the car, I was inside of the car, and they talked about how the car is fast and this and that, how it good accelerates. And he figured out that if you add more oil inside, the car is not all that fast. Too much oil inside of the car engine, of course, as you know, is not good for the engine. So I'm not allowed to touch. The only thing I'm allowed is to move the steering wheel, pedals, manual transmission. That's all there is. That's all that mama allows. I'm not allowed to touch the car. So again, reminding me of MK Ultra, reminding me of Promises system. Is this a safe to operate car that police place with the car? Is this safe thing to do? My father had a good reason to fear the police. This is not normal that you would go and play with somebody's vehicle as a police officer, that you would be entering not only areas but also his vehicle and play with a vehicle. You know, Novo Mesto police investigators fucked with my father's car. This is not the first light I got. There was other lights, they explained other issues with the lights and so on they were playing with. This is not the way to communicate with somebody. This is not a proper way to communicate with somebody. Especially when not with somebody that have gone through assassination car plot as you have done to me in 2007 near city Trebnje in a place called Hell, Pekel, where I barely saved myself from being killed. This is not the way to do it. let me see if I can get some light. There you go. I left the car outside today when I went to pick up mom earlier today. I left the car right here, right outside of the house. Turned, front was turned toward the exit of the property. But that's not the point. The point is that oh, I just noticed this when I went to pick up my mom. I noticed this sign, and I was all the time inside of the car and so on. So somebody did fucked with this thing today, I assume, although I don't have any proof. The car was parked outside, and I did go to sleep after I took mother to the father, and then within 2 hours I went to pick up mom. Yeah, but the car was parked outside. I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that police was playing with this. I already explained there were some 15 police officers, 5 police officers, psychiatrist. We have a mechanic here, Andrei Ul, is just one house away from here. We have people that know about cars, including this neighbor here right in front of me. Neighbors. He could be mechanic from the village for the mentioned reason that I stated. I have no clue what's going on. Yeah, psychiatrist Peter Kapsch claimed me that when you see the message like this, it's either problem with your health or a problem with what would be your complaint. Definitely I launched the complaint. Needless to say, he has a problem with it. My health, that's what he played with. Yes, I am 100% certain, as it was established by the police office alone, that this type of system problem is a very common issue on this model Volkswagen Polo. Yeah, but he is missing the point about this stuff here. The point here is that he talked about this shit inside of this kitchen. He talked about this shit inside of the house. You do the stuff like this in the house that is bugged, you do have a problem. Or maybe not. Maybe he's so certain that there will be no problem that he feels comfortable pushing down throat this kind of issue. I don't know. There was a lot of people involved in this, a lot of governments, I should say. So I don't know. It's just that I find it bizarre, disturbing more than anything. More bizarre than anything that this guy is still outside on a freedom together with his police officers. That is bizarre. Bizarre. I don't know. There was some individual who took credit for this stuff during MK Ultra, who promised me he would do this if I would leave the car outside one day. You will be whatever. It was promised according to MK Ultra. This stuff also inside of this kitchen repeated to me. This individual, however, is not from the village. This individual supposedly is from Smolenia Gora or something like this, from I don't know, from outside of this village, not from Krka village or Krka street if you like. Maybe whatever happened. I'm 100% the lights like this, you can control them remotely too. If you have a Bluetooth, whatever you have controller, it's probably even possible to do that stuff. That's the also stuff they talked about they would do. Maybe it's just a paranoia, I don't know. I know that they did talk about this during so-called MK Ultra. They brainwashed on these issues. And that's what matters to me. I think it's disturbing, look, to tell somebody that he's going to have lights like this, and it was from the catalytic converter also the light went on. Yes, I completely understand that stuff needs to be maintained over the course of the time and stuff. I do, I get all this stuff, but this isn't the point. I know that there are common mistakes they have used to do to jam the car, to whatever they observed, it appeared on the car, they are now rehearsing. I completely understand that. The point, however, is that this is the way it was. Not even necessarily anything bad needs to come out. It's already enough bad that you tell this to somebody that this is what's going to be, etc., etc. That's already very bad. That's very bad. It's disturbing. It's distracting. It's no good. Really not good. 540. Yay! 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 It is. That's what it is. It really is. It's a fucking oil, and they change this car every 2 fucking years. Wow, man. I do not recommend this kind of stuff. Do not do this. I recommend you to change, even if you don't make a lot of kilometers. Even if you really don't make a lot of kilometers, once a year is, I think it's bad, actually. You need to change. You really need to change oil no matter what. This is definitely due for oil to be changed. It's the way I see it, because I know the viscosity and how it works. With a time, the oil ages and there is no viscosity inside of one. It loses a viscosity. You can see that on the parts. You can see, well, the police claimed to me like this, including Mr. Božičnik, the individual who issued me a ticket for illegal right turn on a semaphore light in front of Eurospin in Žabjavas. He came up to the same conclusion that something is wrong with the oil when he saw the oil during MK Ultra. And then they started the schizophrenia. But this is normal, this is normal. Yeah, I tell you, the oil is like this and so on. Then it all expanded into my mechanic fucked me the car, whoever that was, maybe neighbor. I don't know who was it, with somebody else talking. And they started to talk about how the mechanic fucked their cars and this and that. In other words, they didn't change the oil when they should change the oil. That's exactly what I am talking about. Now, listen up, folks. I had a very bad disagreement with my mother this year because the oil was not changed on the car. We had a talk about this stuff because the oil was not changed in the car. I would not even take her. It needed to be oil changed. So I had a reason. It's all audio recorded. Few months ago, I would not even go with mother to the Bela Krajina because it was due for oil to be changed. And the mechanic supposedly claimed to the mother, that's why my mother said that oil was changed, that he changed the oil. I'm not saying that my mother is fault. My mother doesn't know about fucking cars, anything. But this here, this not necessarily indicates that, let's do it like this, that the oil is no good. This will not necessarily indicate. But when you try it like this, and if you feel the parts inside, you know, it's sort of maybe even hard to tell, but just based on the color on that black thing right there, I definitely my car, I definitely would have oil changed on one. So there is time to change the oil on this car. There is no doubt about that. And the warning light that was the system warning light that turned on inside of the car, they indicated even further this during MK Ultra as would be a form of assistance to me. They told me, what do you worry about? What do you worry about? At least you're going to know when you need to, so that something worse is not going to happen to the car. So that's how the police works. They always played down guards, and they always demonstrated the damage they were doing, causing, as a form of assistance. I never took my car, I don't take my car to mechanic. I did, I used to, when I was comfortable changing oil, using mechanic. But I change the oil on the car by myself. That's how I do it. At least I know what I put inside and so on. This Aral oil is not, I don't know what, but I remember the mechanic Mitya who claimed that's exactly the oil, the original oil and stuff like that. So they investigated all the crime, including this one, ahead of incident. And that's how we go, basically. That's what I gotta satisfy myself with, basically. I got a free advice to change the oil. Even the oil should have been changed few months ago due to the reason I stated. Obviously, the oil was not changed few months ago. Somebody's fucking around with this oil back and forth and this and that. So, not a good stuff. Finally, police wanted to have a car for free. They had already buyers for this car, which has, I don't know, not even 80,000 kilometers. That's about 50,000 miles. That's just not gonna happen. Nobody's gonna get this car. They have stolen my car. They ripped cars. They have stolen stuff. It was nothing other than theft. Hey, this one, they're never gonna get a hold of it.